I just wanted to do a quick message for those who need it. I hope you are having a fabulous day. So I really felt this download was for somebody out here, and I know it's definitely for me. And I do feel like there's those of you out here where this download is also for you, okay? So the simple message is that when you are in alignment, an opportunity that your human mind cannot even conceptualize. So when you are in a state of flow, you are able to attract things to you that when you're out of the flow, you're not necessarily able to attract. So ways that you can get into alignment is by clearing your mind, resting, sleeping, okay, having something nice to eat, treating your body with care. Because a lot of times physically what we do with our body and our mind and our health can also show outwardly in our everyday actions. So a lot of times when we are in a state of flow or relaxation, we're able to attract things that are actually for us. So a lot of times when there's things leaving your life or there is hiccups or bumps in the road, it's a lot of times because you're not necessarily in alignment, okay? And a lot of times why these things happen could be simply for a reason, an epiphany, a lot of times it could be placed, these challenging situations or people could be placed in our life to teach us something, okay, to get us to the next level. But ultimately, if everybody wanted to, okay, within their own individual set of actions, beliefs, and behaviors, people would live in harmony. People would live, in peace. As they say, like the peace that passes all understanding. So the only way that you actually have that peace and the only actual way that you actually walk in alignment is if you're at peace with where you are and if you're at peace with yourself, which means you're not beating yourself up over yesterday. You're not angry at anybody necessarily. What it simply means is that you're letting go, you're letting God, you're having forgiveness. I think forgiveness is a big part of it, not just forgiving if somebody else hurt you or if something went wrong in a certain situation, but forgiving yourself, forgiving yourself for dwelling upon that negativity, right? For dwelling upon those things that did not work. So, you're coming from a place of acceptance, right? When you're in alignment, you're coming from a place of acceptance. You're coming from a place of trusting that God and that the universe has your back. It's totally different than being out of flow. So when you're not in the flow, you're toiling, you're stressing out, everything is going wrong, you're having a bad day. I know, at least for myself, when you have a lack of faith in God and when you have a lack of belief in yourself, this is when we get frazzled, we spaz out, we lash out, we get angry. And those are things that I believe are not of God. I don't feel that when you are walking around on this planet, as an angry and upset and challenging person to deal with and be, how can anything pure and beautiful and blessed and abundant come to you if all you're giving the universe and other people and most importantly yourself, right? If you're giving yourself a hard time, it's going to be very difficult for a lot of positive things to come into your life. So the first step is to forgiving yourself. I think forgiveness is a part of it, because you're not dwelling upon yesterday. You're not dwelling upon a person or a situation that went wrong or hurt you in your life. You're dwelling upon what could go right. You're dwelling upon what you want to see in your reality. You're dwelling upon all the blessings and the gratitude that you do have right now. So, this is a good technique with money. I find that being grateful for what you do get and what you do earn and what you do have now will bring more abundance to you. You see what I'm saying? So alignment is not just about necessarily purpose or an action, but alignment is about your heart. What's in your heart? How do you feel about the world? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about a particular person? Are you able to look past a person's flaws? Are you able to look past your flaws? Are you able to forgive yourself? So a good thing that I do is, like everything else, is start with yourself. Start with looking in the mirror for yourself and saying, okay, what am I not doing that is not putting me into alignment? Or you could ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing correctly that is putting me into alignment? What happened the last time that I was blessed? What happened the last time that I had a big paycheck? What happened the last time when I was really happy? So dwell upon those things that are before you and not behind you, which means you're dwelling upon things that you're seeking after, you're going towards, like you're moving forward, you're not looking behind you. So that's why a lot of times in either scripture or spiritual teachings, you hear people say, forget what was behind you, forget about it, don't dwell upon. It's so true that when you do dwell upon things that didn't work out, or an argument, or maybe there was some kind of, disagreement, like when we do focus on those things behind us that already passed, again, we are then able to move forward. So you can apply this to anything in your life. You could apply this to career, love, health. I would apply it to all areas of one's life. That's what I do. So, I find that, lighting a candle or saying a prayer or meditating or reading any kind of scripture, any kind of passage will definitely help you, because then you'll begin to realize that it's not just your willpower. It's not just your actions that provide an outcome. It's also your heart. It's how you think. It's what you believe. It's your beliefs. So when you have all those things in alignment, your goals, how you think, your positive attitude, your actions, it's like ultimately when your actions and your belief and your heart align, is like the magic trine, if you will, because in reality, it's like if you have your heart set on something or towards something, and then right after that, your actions back up what you want to see or how you feel in your heart, or your behavior, your attitude. Attitude is very important. You will be able to see the manifestation of it a lot quicker when you're on the same page. So let's put this into like a physical example. Let's say, for example, it's a relationship, right? You're trying to attract somebody or reunite with somebody or whatever, right? And your intent may be to have a family, have a lifelong partner, but this other person's intent is a one night stand, right? And is to date different people. Their heart is not set on you. So every single time you move 2 steps forward, you're taking 5 steps back, because that person's purpose, that person's alignment is not your alignment. Your alignment is marriage. Your alignment is raising a family. Your alignment is building generational wealth. Your alignment that you are putting forth in the universe with your actions is something stable. But yet the person you're currently seeing's that you're seeing, that person in particular that you're seeing, their alignment is not that. Their alignment is a temporary mindset. So this is why it's so important in all areas of life to be intentional. Because if we're not intentional, if we're not direct, if we're not in alignment with what we want, what God's plan is, all those things encapsulated into one phrase, alignment, then we are not going to get the results that we want. So this is why there are certain videos that you will see online that are helping people that say, how come I'm not manifesting what I want? How come what I want is not coming quick enough? How come this? How come that? How come this? How come that? And what I always say to myself, and I step back when I look at things like that, or I pass it by, or whatever, is, well, what are your actions, right? What are your thoughts about that thing or person or circumstance or career or job or whatever? What is your thoughts about what you're trying to wield into your existence? What are you, like, not just what you do, not just what you say, what is your actions? Do your actions and what you feel in your heart cancel that out? Delay that manifestation? Delay that divine blessing from God? Probably, right? There's something that's not quite right there. So if you have all your ducks in a row and you're steadfast and you're consistent and you're honest with yourself in its totality, you'll be blessed. You'll be prosperous. You will have a calm life. You're not going to have a life that's full of toil and stress and curses and broken promises. Like, you're not going to have that kind of life. It's actually impossible. It's actually impossible to have a horrible life when you're in alignment. It can't be possible. It's impossible when you are in alignment. And it's not to say that hiccups don't come. It's not to say that stumbling blocks don't appear, because that's part of life. That's part of life. Nowhere in any kind of writing or book or nothing like that or teacher does it say that every single day is going to be perfect. You're going after every day you get up. What does your mind go to? What does your heart go to, most importantly? What is it that you're doing on a regular basis? So it also can tie into your routine as well. But the basis of alignment is being true to yourself, honoring the life, the actions, the energy, the life force that the Creator gave you. That's what it comes down to, okay, in my opinion. Alignment is not trying to live out somebody else's vision, somebody else's relationship, somebody else's goal, somebody else's destiny. That's not for you. What you have to offer, what you want to do in your life, is specifically tailored to you, right? You're designed, okay? A Creator designed you. So you're not just a mistake. You're not just here to be here. Why do we think that certain singers and magicians have the gift of singing, or the gift of playing the piano, or the gift of rapping? And then creating movie scripts and all types of cool stuff, because that's who they are. They've been created that way. And so they would have not been that superstar, that influencer, that pastor, that singer, that celebrity, if they were not in alignment. You get what I'm saying? So they can only be in alignment to what they're supposed to be, to what they're supposed to have. That's why some people, I believe, in my opinion, this is why some people will try so hard and so bad to have a certain kind of career, a certain kind of spouse, a certain kind of boyfriend or girlfriend, a certain kind of income, a certain kind of this, a certain kind of that, and they can't get it. You know why? Because it's not for them. And most likely what they're trying to manifest or trying to get in their reality is a lie. Is a lie. In their heart, deep down in their heart, there's no real desire to have that spouse or to have that job or to have that career. But because their Aunt Sally has it, or because a celebrity has it, they want to have it. But it's not going to come like that. Your blessing, your manifestation is not going to appear based upon what somebody else is doing or saying, or if there's any doubt, right? If there's any doubt at the core of that desire, at the core of those actions that you're doing, it's not going to manifest. So whenever you're being true to yourself, you're connecting with your higher self, you believe in God, is what I would say as well, because that's very important to being blessed. You know, that is very important to having a fruitful life, is if you're not being skimpy and selfish, and you're not just splurging and going in a bunch of debt, so to speak. Like, you're honoring the money you've earned, you're honoring the job you work, you're honoring hired you. Like, you're respectful, you're grateful, you're following the rules, you're not being disobedient, you're not being outlandish, you're not being disgustingly rude, late, you know, you're on time, you're punctual, you're available, you show up, you're consistent. So there's such a long process to what really alignment is. And I'm trying to summarize it the best way I can, but I wanted to give you all that extra oomph on that message because it is important. It's important to realize that it starts with you. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, okay? Hopefully that